This is the Heavy 6 monolith. It's a $1,000 keyboard that doesn't include the keyboard, but such is the nature of my work. This video, of course, is about the extraordinary amounts of love and maintenance it will demand of you. The Heavy 6 is an aftermarket upgrade housing for the Leopold FC660C keyboard, which uses Topra key switches. A distinguishing feature of the monolith is that it is machined out of a solid billet of stainless steel, making the assembled product approximately 7 pounds in weight. An interesting feature of stainless steel is that it allows us to PVD coat the surface. PVD coating is a finishing process that is used on luxury watches and other stainless steel parts where cosmetics are important, but also extreme durability. A technical challenge of PVD, however, is that it is very difficult, especially on matte finished parts such as these, to achieve a very deep black. I did find a company here in California that has developed its own proprietary process for creating extremely deep black finishes on matte parts, and as you can see, that is in fact exactly what was achieved. It has this extraordinarily soft, smooth finish on the surface, and the black is befitting of its monolith name. However, part of that process is that the parts are hand waxed just before they're sent to customers. It creates this really nice finish on the parts and a really nice feel to them. However, one side effect is that when the parts ship in the custom cut EVA foam I've designed for the packaging, the foam can abrade against the wax finish on the parts, meaning that when you pull it out, or even during packing, some slight abrasion may occur that will cause certain areas of the part to appear more lustrous than others. Do not fear, however, this is not abrasion on the part itself or in the PVD finish. It is simply regions of the wax becoming polished. I have here considerably exaggerated the selective abrasion phenomenon simply for illustrative purposes, and I hope that it's possible to see that on the edges of the keyboard here there are areas that are polished and shiny, and others that are considerably more matte, others that are fingerprinted. These are all issues that can happen during packing, they can happen during shipping, and of course during normal use over the lifetime of the part. So what I want to show here is simply the process for remediating such issues. Included in the box with your monolith will be some Carnauba wax and these paint prep towels. Carnauba wax is the exterior coating on M&Ms, and as it is well known, an interesting property of Carnauba wax is that it melts slightly above human body temperature. This means that without even applying extra wax, we can get ourselves a lot of the way where we want to go in terms of making the finish more uniform, simply by applying a little bit of friction with a soft abrasive surface, such as one of these towels. Of course, don't use vigorous abrasives like sandpaper, that sort of thing. When we polish over the wax, what we're essentially doing is applying heat by means of friction, which is reducing the viscosity of the wax, causing it to flow out more evenly over the surface of the part. We're also, of course, mechanically spreading it with the paper towel. And somewhat magically, we'll find that pretty quickly most of those issues will go away. But as you can see here, there are, like for example right here, this region is a little bit shinier. I actually achieved that by essentially polishing it with my fingernail. Again, a somewhat exaggerated example of what the EVA foam does to the part during transit. The solution to that is the application of more wax. I'm going to go slightly overboard here. There's no harm in that whatsoever. And really sort of slop it on. This incidentally demonstrates why this is a favorable finishing process after the PVD is applied. It really deepens the black and gives it a nice uniform look. Gonna get the wax can sometimes catch along the edges of the keyboard, so you want to pull those out. And then after we've liberally applied wax to the surface, we can see that we've generally deepened it and certainly made it much more uniform, but we want to then buff away the excess. And we can see pretty quickly, and almost magically, as I say, we now have this beautiful, deep black, uniform matte finish. This gives us the ability then to maintain the part over its lifetime in this way. Whenever fingerprints or gentle abrasion through normal use polishes or abrades away the wax finish, making it look non-uniform, all we have to do is go through this simple process. Has an excellent odor to it also. It's just a satisfying material to work with, and I think it yields really nice results. So there you go, admittedly a slightly precious and fussy process for the maintenance of a keyboard, but nonetheless, perhaps we can think of it as excellent keyboards demanding excellence of us. I'm sorry to say that the monolith was a bespoke product, and therefore no further units are available, but I do have other finishes and styles of the Heavy 6 that are currently, at least at the time of this filming, in stock in my shop, shop.norbauer.com. Any questions, of course, as always, shoot me an email, shop@norbauer.com, and I'm happy to provide any guidance or assistance. For those of you who purchased a monolith or another Heavy 6, thank you so much for supporting the project.